my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back for a very exciting comeback reaction that we have both been waiting a very long time for, and we'll be reacting to Kim Lusok.
Yes, so Kim Lusok is finally back today with a new release. It has been over a year since his last one, which was Sugar. The title of the song is called Switch. Obviously, in advance, we have watched the music video teaser, so we kind of know what to expect. In my opinion, I think it's still cutesy. Peyton was like, it's kind of somewhere in the middle, so we'll see. That being said, let us go! Butterflies, yeah. What is in the fridge?
Cotton?
Oh.
Maybe?
What are all the feathers that have been stuck in his hair?
I don't know. Is it from the other world?
Narnia.
Sorry, he's so pretty. I've been thinking that since this started. Like,
Oh, what the? Oh, I haven't said it, but I really enjoy the guitar line. Basically the focus. Oh. Oh.
wasn't there a stuffed one of those
In the fridge. Yeah. What does this mean? Oh, so soft.
And all the like cotton. Oh! Is it Alice now?
Again?
The White Rabbit?
Oh, and it's animated again.
For how cute the music video is, the dance is really like cool.
Oh. The giant, yeah, because it was small
Hourglass.
earlier.
Yeah. It's like a light switch.
I feel like I haven't said a lot. I've kind of just been like, oh. That was a bow tie.
And he's back?
Oh?
I'm confused.
Me too.
So, jumping right into my comments, I will say that at the very beginning, Anna was like, she thinks it's cuter, I think it's somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna stand by I think it is a little bit more middle ground than being as cute as Sugar, but it's definitely not as, like, sensual as Red Moon was, but there was a little bit more of that cool factor in there, like I mentioned in the dance. To talk about the dance a little bit more, one thing that I find really interesting, especially now that I've watched the showcase version of the dance, is how you see elements of the music video concept in the choreography, which is something that I personally really like about K-pop when concepts are so important for it to like actually carry over. So for one thing, just the overall quality of the dance, it's very smooth, which adds that sort of like dreamlike, like is it a dream, like what world are we in feeling. It does have accents and it does have dynamics because it is very musical, like it's very rhythmic, and it sort of follows the guitar line that Anna was talking about, especially in the chorus, so you get a little bit more of that like rhythmic, like kind of groovy cool feeling. But if I were to draw it, instead of having like distinct breaks, it's all sort of like a continual flowing line as you get those dynamics, so that adds to the overall feeling. But also like specific choreography things. For one, there are several times where his dancers will actually make the shape of like an hourglass and he'll move it almost like you're seeing the sand move one way or the other. Again, calling back to the music video, there's also several like light switch moments, like the one I specifically said in the bridge. I would say that's more of like a circuit because of how he like turns it on and then it goes around his body, and then at the end there's like the light bulb moment. But there are lots of those moments where it's very much like, oh, we're changing worlds, or we're like changing which side we're in right now. And then the other thing that really caught my attention in the dance was the hand thing that he does, and I would say it's more of like his point choreography, and it's on the switch. I thought it was very interesting because it took me a second to be like, like what is this representing? But I think I've decided, at least for how I'm interpreting it, since the concept is sort of like he's switching between the idea of like being hesitant about love to like pursuing it, and the music video concept is like these two different worlds. It's like chance one, because his finger drags, he's in one world, and then he switches and he separates and moves back again. So I'm reading it as like the moment where you've made that decision and he's sort of like pulling you into that world. That's how I read it, at least. But it is very almost like entrancing because you're sort of like, what does this mean? But yeah, I just thought that overall it was a very good match of like concept to choreography. And he's just like very entertaining to watch as well because his facial expressions sort of draw you in. He really exudes the concept. Although I will say, this is gonna be my like one fangirling comment. When it got in the music video to the animation parts, I was like, why do we need an animation? He's already a real life doll. Like, I don't get it. I just think he's so pretty. I can't get over it. Doesn't matter how many times I watch content of his. But anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna stop here before I embarrass myself further, and Anna's turn.
Hello, it is time for my comments now, and I just have like a couple of big points to make. One thing is obviously the big common theme instrumentally is the guitar and bass working together. Electric guitar, electric bass. Thank you. There are multiple guitar lines at work in this song. The first one is the one that you hear from the very beginning, and it's present in the verses. When I first heard it in the intro, it kind of caught me off guard because the way that it's played and rhythmically, and there isn't any like percussion, like drums or anything present at the beginning of the song right away. I was like, wait, what beat are we on? Like, how are we counting? But then as soon as like the percussion in its like drum kit comes in, it becomes very clear. But that electric guitar line in the verses, there's like this plucking feeling to it because they are like plucking the individual strings. That's the main one you hear. But then there's also below it a strum being played, and that one is sort of like a slide down for each one. So combined together, they give a more bouncy feel during the verses when they're being played, and it's more playful, and that's also reflected in the way that he's singing. The notes are more separated, like the syllables, whereas in the chorus, especially in the second half of the chorus, the guitar line becomes more what you would think of in like a rock song, like harsher, more just straight strums down, and basically overall just more intense. At that point in the song too, what he's singing, it like drops in pitch from the first half of the chorus into the second half of the chorus, and like he's starting to sing a little bit more aggressively, which by the way, after listening to the whole song, I do agree with you that it is more in between, not as cutesy as Sugar, but visually what you're seeing is just as cutesy, which is what I was thinking of when I said that. Like you were saying how like the dance seems to flow, I was following that musically as well, because there's not like huge drastic changes. It's like all following this one guitar line. and yeah, it does shift a little bit, but like that is the main focus and it doesn't change too much, especially towards the end of the song. It's like that theme repeated. My other big like main point that I wanted to make was that there's so many background vocals in this. Like almost the entire song is just layered background vocals. It adds to that like dreamy, hazy effect, because I've talked before in reactions about like breath in your voice. The air mingling in the breath together makes that hazy quality, and like Kim Woo-seok's singing voice is already pretty breathy to begin with, but then adding with the layers of background vocals, because it's multiple layers as well, multiple voices, it makes it even more so that way. I was going to say though, one of the voices that you hear, in my opinion, sounds kind of like a female voice part. It has a very like sweet childlike quality to it, but it also might have just been an effect, like a result of having all the breath-like sweeter sounding voices together. It adds a nice quality to the song, very impactful for like the concept that they're going for. So those are all of my comments though.
So I will TLDR for us, and TLDR for today's video is, first and foremost, Kim Woo-seok, congratulations on your first comeback in over a year. It was long awaited, much anticipated, and Switch is a very interesting continuation of this Desire series, because we are seeing more of the cutesy side like we got in Sugar, the second installment, but it is starting to stray towards a more middle ground between Sugar and Red Moon. So definitely a great continuation, and hopefully we get the next one before another year happens. It's my hope.
As always, if you would like to talk with us more about Kim Woo-seok, about his Desire series, about what you think of this middle ground between Sugar and Red Moon, then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!